In March, we kicked off my quest to have ridden 400 coasters in high gear, hitting 3 different parks to add coasters to in 5 days. Yes, you heard that right. We actually hit 5 parks in 5 days, but only 3 of them had coasters for the Coaster Quest 400. So here is a compilation of clips from that trip showing each of the new coasters, along with a couple extras I bid on before. My comments on them are ratings, talking about them, and how far we got on this. So you're going to see clips from Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Studios Hollywood, and Six Flags Magic Mountain, all of them adding at least 1 coaster, and how far we made it. So we're here on the quest for 400 coasters. I'm at Knott's Berry Farm. It's been 17 years, I think, since we've been here. They've got several new coasters, and we're going to make some good progress. Okay, so after a brief technical glitch, we're in 15 minutes beforehand. We're racing. We're heading straight to Ghost Rider, and we got a chain. Rope drop is still rope drop. Ooh, look, roller coaster. Ghost Rider was a great ride. Smooth. So nice drop. And not as intense as it used to be, not as much airtime as it used to have. But still a good ride to start off with. So drop, I would give it right now probably a 6 out of 10 on that. Smooth right now though, so it would be definitely an 8 out of 10 hands up for the smoothness. That was great. Intensity, 6 out of 10 overall, and I think it's early too, so we'll probably speed up later and be more intense later, so I'll probably regrade some of this then, but I'm missing one of my scores there, but we'll say for now the overall grade I would give it a 7 Inconceivables. It used to be a 9 or a 10. We'll check it later. We'll see if we can get it back up there. Meantime, Ghost Town is just amazing. Love this. Whew. Okay, so got a last ride in Ghost Rider. Remember this morning, said it just seemed a little slow, a little off, might speed up. Oh yeah. That was the Ghost Rider I remember. that was a great ride. Totally scored differently. I think this morning I gave it a 7. We're back up to 9.5. Just amazing stuff. And Galili wrote it too, so I'll get him to comment here. I gotta pick up my picture first because I want my picture. Okay, so Galili's sitting here going, he just went on Ghost Rider with us. He's like, that's not the biggest, fastest coaster in the park. Yes, it is. So you can do anything now. Okay, so gotta revise the ratings a little bit. After this morning, speed.
Go faster, yeah.
So yeah. What, 9? Yeah, so we give it a good 9 there. Intensity, boy, lots more G's and stuff. 9 in a good way. Yes. In a good way. Not one that thrashes you around. So smoothness, I would give it an 8 to a 9. About an 8. It's a wood coaster. Yeah, had a little bit there. So let's see, the drop. Okay, the first drop is good. The drop, which is actually the second big drop. Amazing. It was there in all its
weightlessness.
Yes, all the way down out of your seat. So I would give that a 9. And then overall,
so I think it's the best one in the park.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
9.5. Yeah. Joseph. 8.5. He's been picky. 9.5. Yeah. Yep.
Generous scores for the low ones, so I have to be stingy with the high ones.
Oh, have to be stingy with the high ones because you were generous. 9.5 Inconceivables. It's awesome. Yeah, great to see it running like that. Happy we came back and got it. next stop, the Pony Express, the ride. What is it with this the ride moniker? There we go. So Pony Express, interesting. Starts off with the launch. It's missing the second half of the ride. It's a fun little ride, couple little hills, neat little turn. But then you're kind of like, it's over already? What happened? But cool launch. So let's see. Drop, there isn't a drop. So it gets kind of a zero there.
I think it's like it was a slow decline.
Yeah, slow decline. But a nice launch. So we could add that up onto intensity, I guess. But after the launch, there's not a whole lot. So what, about 5 out of 10? I'd probably say there.
If it was twice as long, I'd give it like a 7.
Yeah, twice as long. Let's see. So smoothness, it was definitely smooth. But the restraint was interesting, so that might be a little bit. So, what, 7 out of 10 on the intensity? 7 hands up?
Out of intensity, maybe 5.
5, okay. Well, sorry, smoothness.
Oh, smoothness. That's
Smoothness.
Like 8.
Okay, so 8. So, intensity, the launch was cool. There's not much else beyond it. So, yeah, probably about a 5 or a 6 on the intensity. Overall, you said 4.
I'll give it a optimistic 6.9.
Yeah, I would say a 5 to a 6. Not because there's anything wrong with it. It's just short.
If it was way longer.
It's a family coaster.
The theming was good.
It's not a bad 5, as in, oh, yick. It's just, it's a family coaster. So, yep, 5 inconceivables. But they're cracking up over my grading system here. But no, it was a fun little ride. And apparently no pictures because it's closed. Bummer. Wait. I guess we got to go out that gate. No pictures. I want my pictures. Well, let's see. So Pony Express would have been 342 on my quest for 400. So next one up, probably hang time, 343. There's a mouse here. That'll be 344. We're going to be making some good progress on this. That was 343. Hangman. That's an amazing ride. The vertical lift is a little rough, but after that you've got the beyond vertical drop, speed, smooth, a couple good shots of air. That is a fantastic ride. So let's see. Drop. What would you say? 10 on the drop?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
10 on the drop.
The tease there at the beginning.
Yes. It just great. And then the hang on there was actually pretty good. So great drop, intensity in a good way, not painful. Although when you do get to the top of the lift, you come over, that's a little bit of a jerk. That could be painful. But I would give it a 9 there. Smoothness, a 9 out of 10. Because it's smooth and no shoulder restraint, so no pain that way. Let's see. So we got the intensity, we got the smoothness. Overall, inconceivables. 9, 10. John's giving you 9. Joseph? Joseph scale 9, 1 to 10. Where do you put it?
I feel like
8.5. Joseph's going to go rough. I would say at least a 9, 9.5. That was amazing. Great ride. So Quest for 400. We got 43 down. We're going to hit number 344, which is the Wild Mouse. Coast Rider. That's a great name. So you got Ghost Rider and Coast Rider in the same park. But this is going to be number 344. Interesting, unique layout for a mouse. And we will have some fun riding this. Not a spinning one. Coast Rider, nice little mouse coaster. Fun little thing. Not terribly original, I don't think. So I'm kind of pulling up my ratings here. So let me see here. So we've got the drop. It had a little drop, about a 3. Not much on drops as far as that goes. Speed, okay. Hang time was much better on speed. I didn't grade it on speed. Hang time, I probably would have given an 8. Coast Rider, 2. Not very fast. Smoothness, not bad until you got to the end brake run. Most of the ride, I give it about 7 on smoothness. That end brake run, a 1. That hurt. Very sudden stop. Intensity, 4.
Yeah.
About a 4. Overall, about a 4. 4 inconceivables. Yeah, 4 is good. So we're gonna head over here. Poor girl Lily's gonna have to wait for us again, I think. But I want to catch this before it gets to line. This is where we're heading next. This is gonna be fun. Joseph didn't get to experience this. This is the prototype for King Dakar and Top Thrill Dragster. That's the whole reason they built it. So. Just so cool. Yeah, that boy is still amazing. Oh my goodness. What a fantastic ride. Whew, okay. So let's see if we can try and wrap up Accelerator here. Speed, 10. The launch is incredible. Fastest launch out there still, I think, as far as fastest speed in the shortest amount of time. So great launch. So speed, 10 out of 10. Smoothness, it is still amazingly smooth. Hey, there's a good train whistle. They're at a crossing. 2 shorts, long and a short. Smoothness, I would put it about an 8 or a 9. So still really smooth. Drop, great drop coming down. Give it an 8, 8 to 9. Right in there. Goodness, intensity. It is an intense launch, a big drop up there, no airtime, but I put it up about 9. This is still one of my top tiers. This is a 10. You come off it just like, woohoo, that's amazing. So yeah, I would give that 10 inconceivables because it is an inconceivable ride. Amazing. Not one of my new ones on the count, but definitely one of my favorites. Silver Bullet time. This is the last coaster we got. So this will be number, let's see, 144, 145. 145, I think, on the quest for 400. So we're gonna catch this real quick. Whew, coaster hair's definitely kicking in. So Silver Bullet would be, oh, it's just pulling out? Oh, we just missed the train. But Silver Bullet was a lot of fun. So that will be, let's see, 145, I believe, on the quest for 400. 345, get my count right. I'm forgetting how to count. They let us do 2 in a row because there was nobody waiting. And so, yeah, I'm dizzy now. So that'll work. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
I mean, you said that before, too.
I said what before?
145.
I can't count.
I thought you were just talking about something else.
My son's just giving me, stop being disrespectful, child. But, no, fun ride. Actually, for a B&M inverted, it had some interesting stuff. Had more airtime than I'm used to having on those. Had some great positive G's. Nice mix of elements. No, I really enjoyed that. Of the inverteds, that would be up there among my favorites.
It reminded me of Montu.
Yeah, Montu is still tough to beat. So, drop, not much of a drop. It's actually kind of rampy. So I would give the drop like a 5. Or so. That's probably the one thing that was disappointing. Speed, good. About an 8. 7 to 8 out of that. Intensity, the positive G's. Good mix of positive and negative G's. Feet are numb, and then all of a sudden you're floating out of your seat. I really like that. I would give it a good 8 there. Let's see, smoothness. A little vibration on the head, not a whole lot. B&Ms are smooth. It generally was. Probably 7 to 8. I would give it there. And then overall, what would you guys say? 8? 9?
Yeah, 7.5.
Okay. So we got 7.5, Joseph.
Maybe a 7.
7.
It was fun, but
I would put about an 8. So 8 inconceivables. I think that's a fair deal. So Silver Bullet, good ride.
quite conceivable.
Joseph says it's conceivable. It's inconceivable. You think it's conceivable? All right. So we'll figure out what we're going to do next. We did find one more coaster here that I haven't done before, so we got to go catch that. And so last new coaster here. This would be 346, I believe. I got to make my notes here and figure it out, but we'll get this one. Okay, so Sierra Sidewinder. Wow, look at the coaster here now. So this little thing is deceiving. It looks like a family-friendly kiddie ride, but it spun a bunch. So poor Galileo over here, he's a little nervous on coasters. We're like, oh, it's no big deal, you gotta go, and he bailed anyways. It's probably a good thing he bailed. If you're nervous on coasters, this one will get you. Whew. Okay, so first drop, not much of a drop, really. So I don't know that I would give it a big score on drop. Probably like a 4.
You know, I'm not sure I can really rate it the same way you did, because you rode it starting at a different angle than I did too.
Yeah, that's true, because you can go forwards or backwards.
It's kind of different every time you ride it.
Yeah. Speed, for a little coaster, it carries a pretty good amount of speed. I would give it a 7 out of 10 there. Let's see. So intensity, it's an intense little ride. Very deceiving. So not up and down, although you got some good turns, but the fact you're spinning, and we were spinning pretty good on it.
You gotta watch your shins if you're tall.
Yes, watch your shins if you're tall. What, 8? I would give it about an 8.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Let's see. So roughness versus smoothness. It was pretty smooth.
Other than the shins.
Other than the shins, it does have a shin guard that kind of. So if you got long legs, it would be a tight fit. So I'm what, 7? 7, 8.
Yeah, so
Joe's kind of like, okay. Yeah, so 7. Okay, so overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd 7.
yeah, sure.
I do 7. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. So 7. So Joseph, 7. 7 inconceivable. And I'll tell you, when we got on, we were expecting probably a 4 or a 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was inconceivable.
Nice surprise.
Yeah, good surprise. Then we took a ride here on Mummy. Now, Mummy, of course, is the next one on my Coaster Quest 400. Coaster 347 on my Quest for 400 is the Mummy. Mummy was a really cool ride. Indoor roller coaster. The first part of it is a dark ride, and then you actually hit the coaster part. There are a couple surprises on it. I don't want to spoil those. It is a it is a much shorter version than the one in Florida. Missing a little bit there. So most of the coaster itself is basically a dark coaster with a couple surprises along the way. So as far as it's a good coaster. I don't know if I call it a great one. Drop, there really isn't a drop on it. So we'll give it a 1 camera there. Speed, though, it's got some really good speed. Probably about 7 or an 8. So it's fast, but it's not blazing fast. Very smooth, absolutely. There was nothing I would have called rough, banging, bumping, even though you're in the dark, even with surprises. So I would give it a good 9 on smoothness there. Intensity? Let's give it a 7 or so. I think it's probably good. So 7 G's. So Joseph's back. So I'm grading Mummy. I gave it a 1 on the drop because there is no drop. A 7 on speed. Yeah.
I mean, there's a few downward.
But there's not any real drop.
There's not a drop.
No. Smoothness, I gave it a 9.
Yeah, we should.
So intensity, how many G's? As far as negatives and stuff.
I mean, if we're talking straight G's, then not a whole lot. But if we're talking intensity in terms of like pacing and like dramatic,
so I was going to give it a 6.
I give maybe 6.5.
Okay.
A little higher, maybe
Overall?
not 6,
Overall, scale of 1 to 10.
7.
7? Okay, so my others are back. Overall, 1 to
the
10
mummy?
for Mummy.
6, just because I've been in the one in Florida.
Okay.
I mean, 6 or 7. This is my home either.
Yeah, I would give it a 7. So 7 inconceivables. There you go. So, supposedly, this is a 10-minute line. We will find out.
The forest in the grounds is for.
I mean, Hagrid's already giving us warnings.
There's nothing that lives in the forest that will hurt you.
Let me see. Nice little coaster. Earlier today was a 35 to 45 minute wait, so we're going to give it a shot. Hopefully, add it to my quest. One more down for the quest for 400. Fly to the Hippogriff. That may be one of the most terrifying, scary. Okay, it's a roller skater. I almost feel bad rating it just because it's a family coaster. It's pretty simple. Despite what you hear in the background from. It's always the big tough guys that scream like that. But fun little ride. Same thing basically as the one in Florida. If you go to a park and you see a coaster called a roller skater, that's what it is. But fun little ride and knocks another one down for the quest. West Coast Racer's done. Interesting ride. It's a premiere. You launch immediately into this jerk of a sideways deal. Not the most comfortable jerk. The dueling elements are cool. It's not smooth though. It's bump and jerk. It's a tight fit as well. I don't know. I like the dueling. I like the speed. I didn't like the pacing, the layout, and it wasn't comfortable at all. So speed, what? So I don't know. You have any thoughts you want to add, Joseph?
I thought the mid-ride little promo for random TV shows was weird.
Yeah, the West Coast Customs stuff. Yeah.
And Justin Bieber, what was it? Jeffree Star, I think.
Yeah, T-Bone.
Some German girl. Weird choice of
okay.
video.
So for the ratings, speed.
So I don't know. It's hard to say because it turned a lot, so it felt faster.
It's fast. It feels good that way. Like I said, 7 to 8. Drop. There really isn't a drop.
Yeah.
1. Intensity. So the G's. I would give it some intensity, but not necessarily in a good way.
Yeah, it was not as intense as it was rough.
Yeah. So, what, 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Smoothness?
4.
Well, no, it wasn't totally 3. Not good. Overall, probably, I would say 4 or 5.
Yeah, probably 5.
Yeah. So, let's give it a 4.5 inconceivables. Too bad. You want a dueling racing coaster? Twisted Colossus is the one.
We're dueling dragons.
Yeah, we're dueling dragons, but that's not here. Same park. Go over to Twisted Colossus and just ride it. So there's a look at my Coaster Quest 400, the quest for 400 coasters. We're getting closer. Will I make it by the end of the year? We will see how this works out. But I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought. I'd love to hear your feedback. Do you agree with my ratings and my comments? Am I way off base? I'd love to hear that as well. Do you like the rating system? Do you like how I did this? Please let me know. Share it in the comments below. Thank you so much, too, to my patrons and my YouTube members for helping make things like this possible. I couldn't do this without their help. And we've got a lot more on tap if we can make it happen. Let's also reach out for that quest for 30,000 subscribers. I've got contests and prizes and more coming when we hit it. Want to know more? Well, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video, and check out the description. There's a ton of info there. Thank you so incredibly much for watching. God bless. In March, we kicked off my quest. So here's a little conglomerate. Please let me know what you thought. I think he needs a muffler. 2 months.